Yo guys, LazyJamie here, and today we're actually going to be checking out a song called The Last by Suga or Agust D or Yoongi or J-Hope. Okay, no, that's what he says. But yeah, this time I'm actually going to be looking at a song. This one is quite different because it's Suga's own song, you know, Agust D. I've already seen his song, well, heard it, the song that was literally just called Agust D. But yeah, this should be interesting because this is gonna be the lyrics video, of course. There isn't a video to it, but yeah, I'm gonna be looking at lyrics, and apparently this is a song that means a lot to him. So I thought it'd be interesting to have a look and I guess like analyze the lyrics and try and work out what it's about. Or I mean, I guess I'll actually just look up what it means afterwards if I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I thought this should be interesting, so let's have a look. But yeah, this has the lyrics in Hangul, Romanized lyrics, like what the sound is, but in English characters, and then in English as well, so we get to see what it means and how it's pronounced, I suppose. So this is a really bad intro. I feel a bit ill at the moment, so I might not be as enthusiastic as usual, but I still want to record, and this is one that people suggested, and I thought, hey, that'll be interesting. So yeah, let's have a look. But before we get into it, if you enjoy, make sure you subscribe to join the Lazy crew today. Let's go. Okay, so I think I'll just listen through it like fully the first time, and then go back and look at some lyrics afterwards, if you know what I mean. So I'll say stuff as it goes, but I don't want to pause too much because people get annoyed otherwise. So yeah, let's have a look. We'll have a listen. Both. Let's go. Ooh, bit dark. Got a good beat to it. Oh, okay, so it's sort of like talking about himself. Oh yeah, someone told me that he does actually have, he did have, sorry, I'm not going to pause too much. I just want to say this. People told me that he did have like anxiety when he was younger, so social phobia, nice. Well, I'm not saying it's nice, I mean nice that he adds this in there and I didn't know stuff. So yeah, that's right around the time my mental state became polluted. Ooh. This is actually a really good tune, I like it. My wamushin deru. They don't know me. Oh, swear words. I wonder if this is actually what he's saying is actually true, if he's sort of like over-exaggerating a bit for the song. I mean, I'm not doubting what he says is true, but I don't know. Did he actually stare at himself in the bathroom? I mean, that's some deep reflection there. But yeah, we're gonna look at these lyrics more properly afterwards. I thought I could compensate for success, but here's the thing. Oh, so he has changed to be greedy. It's going hard. Damn. Yo, that was a... hasn't finished yet, but yo, that was deep. Damn. But he's really letting everything out in this video, you know. He's not holding back. Because I'm reading the lyrics so much, I'm like ignoring how good the actual song is. Jeez. Even yeah, I love how his voice when he's singing or rapping. He always sounds so angry. Oh, yo, I got tingles there. I got tingles. Yeah, okay. I don't usually just go through a video without talking much because, you know, I don't usually do that, but that was just for the first time because I don't want people to get angry at me for pausing and stuff. So this time we're going to go through it and pause and actually have a look at the lyrics in detail and what he's sort of talking about. So I'm going to turn down a little bit and just actually have another look through. Because some of the lyrics I wanted to highlight, but I don't want to stop and talk about them though. So some of them I thought were really interesting. Behind every idol rapper who succeeds, there's a weak self-standing, it's a little dangerous. So it's sort of like the depression and composure. Oh no, anyway, I don't even know. So I think what he's sort of saying is like, I'm not sure if this is completely true, I'm not saying this is definitely the meaning, but what I gathered from this, like the first few lines, it's sort of like, even if you're successful and you may have all of this and you may seem really happy, it could just be a facade, and behind that everyone's got problems, you know, you've always got problems. Like for him he had the anxiety when he was younger, but it's sort of like, I don't even know if that's a real me, that's what he says. So like, is it the fame that's causing the depression, or is it like, I don't know. Is this really, I really like this. This is really good. I feel like I need to listen to it like at least 5 times to really, and look at the lyrics to really understand it, but it was, I liked it, it was really good. But anyway, we haven't finished yet. Reality separation. I was around 18 when my social phobia, yeah, I said about that. Yeah, that's right, around that time my mental state became polluted. Self-hatred. Is already in it. It's been a long time since my everyday life became killing my passions and comparing myself with others. It's sort of like saying that, like, because he starts talking about what he has now compared to what he had before. It's sort of like he had high expectations for himself and he would get depressive if he didn't like reach those. Like this one, a long time since my everyday life became killing my passions and comparing myself with others. A long time since it became that. So it's like he stopped doing what he enjoyed because he felt like he needed to be this image that wasn't actually him, maybe? I'm not sure. There's a lot of different things that can be taken from this. I'd be interested to see if he's actually like answered what it means. His parents hardly know him, he hardly knows himself. But whoever it is, they don't know me. What does it say here? Does it say something there? I don't know. A word said like habit. Oh, I don't give a shit. Oh, I don't swear. Those words are all words I use to hide my weakness. Yeah, so it's sort of like he's saying he's got this facade that's not actually him, you know, and behind it he's actually got anxiety and, you know, he has more emotions than puts on, which is interesting because I always see him as like, I'm always like, oh, Suga's the one that's always quiet and he seems like cool and stuff, but then behind it, like the video is like when Suga forgot his swag. It can actually be a lot different to how he appears at first, you know. So this time I want to erase, that's right, the memories I want to erase of that day I had that concert. Which one? I was afraid of people, so I hid in the bathroom and stared at myself. What, instead of going out to the concert? I thought I could compensate for success. This is an interesting one. He thought he could compensate for success. Feels like he's becoming a monster. The monster named Success. So the monster is success. So as he becomes successful, he traded his youth for being successful. And he's becoming this, like, he feels like he's becoming this fiend who just wants wealth and is greedy and stuff. The greed was my weapon, it devours me and sometimes it collars me. This is really deep. These things turn on my mouth. If I block it, he tells me to eat from the tree of knowledge. That's an interesting one. These things turn on my mouth. If I block it, he tells me to eat from the tree of knowledge. And now it's got to a point where he's blaming himself. The cause of all these issues is me. I'll quit in return. If my misfortune is your happiness, then I'll be unhappy. If the target of your loathing is me, then I'll go up to the... Oh, that is real. That is such a good line. That is so good. It's like he's sort of saying like... Now he's blaming himself, and he's like... He feels like he needs to give something back to other people who he's, you know, betrayed by becoming this new thing. So he's gonna be like, well, if you don't like me, then I'll just go to the guillotine. You know, if you're happy, if me being unhappy is what makes you happy, then I'll be unhappy because I've become this. It's my fault that this has happened. So it's really deep. It's gonna be a bit emotional as well. It's like, damn. I got tingles. Listen to it. This is really good though. Wait, there's something in the background. It said, oh, whoa! It says, "Every man dies, but not every man lives." Where's that from? Is that like the cover or something? The things I only imagined are becoming reality. My childhood dream was in front of my eyes. Yeah, so he wanted to be this successful singer or rapper. And now he's here, where he wanted to be, but is it really what he wanted all along? Living this one-time life more brightly than anyone, try saying I'm living record. I'm really okay now, babe. Ooh. So it's sort of saying like at first he didn't know if he wanted it, but now he's got to a point now where it's like, actually this is what I wanted. So maybe he's sort of saying, yeah, I've changed, but this is what I wanted. It's just a memory now, it's not what it's like anymore. The shoulder that was cool. You guys should pretend like you've suffered, but Yoongi actually has. This is so good, yo! It's so dramatic, but like in a good way. Oh, it's not that you guys who betrayed us didn't do it, it's that you couldn't. Oh my... Yo, Yoongi! Yo! That was mental! I just feel so proud of him, you know? Yo. That was sick. That was really good, okay? That was so good. What the hell? I'm not even just saying that. I feel like a lot of people who make... Listen, yeah, I know a lot of people who make reaction videos to just be like, oh, I love this, just because then people who watch it are like, wow, he likes it, that's nice. Genuinely, that was so good. What the hell? How have I never heard that before? That was actually... thank you so much for suggesting that. I'm really glad I saw it, because I feel like Yoongi's such a... He seems so reclusive sometimes, you know, and he just like keeps to himself and he doesn't show much emotion. And then I listen to this and it's like, damn, that's the most emotion I've ever seen anyone express in a song. blimey. But I had like a lot of mixed like messages. If I got anything wrong or you think of something different, definitely leave a comment. I really want people to leave comments in this video, what they think of it. I'm actually really gonna, you know, really interested in what people have to say about this, because there's a lot of stuff in this that I'm not sure if we got right, and the whole like timeline of it started off with him being like, oh, anxiety, but he wanted to be this successful, but then as he was becoming successful, it had problems with it, and it was only hiding what he really was. And I don't know if this is right, but then in the end it's sort of like he got over those anxieties and he got over those things, and he actually became that. Like at first he was just pretending to be this person, but then in the end he actually became it. And like he said, sitting there in the bathroom floor, whatever, it was just a memory now, because that's not him anymore, and it was. And at first he pretended not to be, and now he actually isn't that anymore. So I don't know, I might have got this wrong. I don't want this video to be too long because I went over this song twice now, so I'm gonna end the video now. But make sure you leave comments. I want to see people discussing in the comments. That would be cool. But yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment suggesting what I could check out next, and also have a discussion about this song in the comments. And you know, if Yoongi's actually said anything about it himself, like answered questions, do let me know, and I'll be really interested to see. I hope you enjoyed, and if you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe to join the Lazy crew today. Cheers!